Hey, what's happening, guys? Ice Chef here. We're going to do some recipes for you. I haven't done this in a little while, so I want to get back into it once or twice a week. Give you guys some good recipes and some values to use at home. And we have a nice simple dish today we're going to do with salmon. We're going to do a nice herb crusted salmon beluga lentil salad, like a warm beluga lentil salad. It has a little portobello mushrooms and some herbs and stuff like that. And then we have some sautéed frisee. We're going to make an avocado mousse to finish all that off. All right, guys, so real quick, I have my frisee lettuce, some beluga lentils already cooked with some chicken stock. They're already soft. They call them beluga lentils because they look like caviar, small little beads like caviar. I got some cherry tomatoes, some roasted bell peppers. I have some grilled jalapeno skins and grilled limes. I have mixed herbs. These are thyme, rosemary, a little bit of parsley. So what we're going to do is, starting off, and have some cilantro as well. I'm going to just oil my salmon a little bit. I'm going to put some herbs on a plate, and we're just going to pass the salmon here. This is a farm-raised Atlantic salmon, by the way, guys. The wild stuff's a bit expensive for me at the moment, so we're just going to rock with the farm. I'm going to add a little oil to my pan, and you want the pan screaming hot. You see that smoke point there? That's exactly what you want for fish. That helps the fish not stick to the plate and get a nice little crust on it. Okay, so those aromatics and those herbs really come out, okay? So we're just going to see how it's not sticking to the plate. You want a nice, it's not sticking to the sauce pan, you want a nice hot saute pan. All right, then we're going to get started on our beluga lentils. I got a nice hot pan there. I'm just going to dice some portobello mushrooms real quick. Okay, I'm just going to add some garlic to my pan. Add my mushrooms. Okay, you want to do this fast if you have a hot pan because that garlic will burn. Doesn't take much to burn the garlic. Add a little bit more oil. Mushrooms soak up a lot of oil. I'm going to flip my salmon. See how nice that crust is. Nice bit of caramelization. Really brings those aromatics to life. I'm going to set it here in the salamander for a little while. It kind of acts as an oven, even though the heat's coming from up top. I'm not putting it directly under the middle, so it's going to be a little less hot and a little indirect heat if I put it to the side. You guys can do this in the oven, absolutely. Probably takes about, I always like to do a saute pan that can fit into the oven and then doesn't have the rubber handle on it, so you can kind of carry over cook. So probably about 4 to 5 minutes in the oven on about 400 degrees is what I like to do. So my mushrooms are getting sauteed here. I'm going to add a couple of bell peppers, roasted chopped, and I'm going to season a little bit. And then I'm going to add my lentils. Probably about 3/4 of a cup of cooked lentils, guys, just to make the process go a little faster. And I'm going to add some fresh herbs. Same fresh herbs we talked about earlier. And when you're using fresh herbs, you want to make sure you add them at the end. Because if you want to taste them, if you're going to cook for about 3 or 4 hours like braising, you want to use some dried herbs because they're more potent, and fresh herbs lose their flavor after many hours of cooking. So fresh herbs at the end if you want to use fresh herbs for your dishes. Okay? So beluga lentils are pretty much there. You want to give them a taste, make sure it's not too salty. If it's too salty, actually I added a little too much salt. All you got to do is hit it with some more beluga lentils. Kind of evens everything out there. Okay. Those are getting warmed up. This area is warm, so I'm just going to hang on to that right there. And then we're going to start making our frisee and avocado mousse. All right, very simple. I'm going to take an avocado. And I'm just going to cut this up. And I'm just going to add it to the blender pretty much. Maybe break it down a little bit. Right there. Same thing here. Break it down. Promise I'll wash my hands, guys, but I'm going to take that over the phone here. Alright. So, avocado mousse. I got one avocado. I've got 1 jalapeno grilled. I prefer the seeds, but looks like my prep guys didn't want to burn my mouth today, so we're just going to go with the skins. These are grilled limes. Really adds to the depth of the flavor. Ups the tartness a little bit, but gives it a real savory kick to it. All right, and I'm going to just take some torn cilantro. Right in there. Cilantro is one of those herbs where the stems are actually as potent as the leaves. So I don't mind if I put a little bit of stems if I'm going to puree cilantro up. It's not a big deal in my book. I have my saute pan in there heating up. I'm just going to take this Frisee and just kind of cut this core out. Okay. Actually, you know what? I kind of like it, so I'm going to change my mind here. I'm just going to use this, kind of core it up. You can actually come on the back side and just shave that brown off. No big deal. Just shave that brown off a little bit. Alright, so that's ready to go. My avocado mousse is set. So all I'm going to do is just salt and pepper. I also added a little garlic, as you saw a second ago. Okay? And now I'm just going to be in puree mode. We're going to about a half cup of extra virgin. It needs a little bit more liquid, so I'm just going to add a little bit more lime juice. This is going to help kind of smooth it out a little bit. Really get to that mousse consistency. Add a little bit more brightness to it as well. Let's get there. If you're having the problem that I'm having, you can always add a little bit of vinegar. That should smooth it out. Just a little white wine vinegar I have right here. That's almost there. Okay guys, so salmon's pretty much done. Got my Frisee. I'm going to add a little garlic. Add my Frisee lettuce. There's a lot of moisture in the Frisee, so I'm just going to let that moisture kind of cook down a little bit. You still want it al dente, still want it a little crispy because you want that extra texture. So we're just going to do that. I'm going to salt and pepper. You can even deglaze with a little bit of wine. Soften it up a little bit. Those stems are still going to be al dente though. Alright. Now we're going to plate up our salmon. Going to go a little bit of Beluga lentils here with that awesome mushrooms in there. I'm going to put a little salmon on top. I'm going to put little pieces of sautéed Frisee around here. Put it on the bottom there. Just kind of surround the plate a little bit. And then we're going to go avocado mousse. And we're just going to put a couple of little lines on top there. Just give it all around. I really like to use color. when I plate. So if something's too green or too brown, too black, I try to liven it up a little bit. Add some roasted bell peppers, maybe a couple of tomatoes on top, and then just a little herb oily garnish. There you have it, guys. We have a herb seared Atlantic salmon, beluga lentils with mushrooms and herbs, sautéed frisee, and a little avocado mousse. All right, guys, been Bryan Williams. Hope you learned something today. Take care.